One of those individuals was pronounced deceased on scene. The second individual was transported to Grady Hospital in stable condition.
Tonight, APD is investigating a deadly shooting that claimed the life of one 19-year-old and sent another to the hospital. Fox 5's Rob DiRienzo will join us live from the scene with the latest.
I got a call from her, frantic, screaming, "Mommy, please come get me." They said there's a gun.
A group of concerned parents in one Metro Atlanta community are demanding answers tonight over reports of gunfire at a high school dance. The sheriff's office weighs in. David?
All right, Russ, in the next 24 hours, we're going to be tracking a front that's going to have impactful weather for us. We'll go through the details here in just a minute.
Fox 5 News at 10 starts right now.
A shooting in southwest Atlanta leaves one 19-year-old dead, another wounded. Good evening, I'm Russ Spencer. The search is on tonight for the person who pulled the trigger. Fox 5's Rob DiRienzo is live at APD headquarters tonight. And Rob, what are detectives telling you?
Hey there, Russ. Good evening to you. Well, still no word of any arrests at this point. Now, detectives say this all started as some sort of disagreement between two groups of people. Then one side pulled out the gun and began shooting. Earlier, I spoke with the victim's family at the scene. The villages of Cascade was shut down and taped off for hours Tuesday evening as Atlanta police investigated the deadly double shooting. Sky Fox 5 flew over the complex on Celeste Lane near Benjamin Mays High School.
So around 3:30 this afternoon, officers with the Zone 4 precinct responded.
APD homicide detectives say those officers found two 19-year-olds had been shot.
One of those individuals was pronounced deceased on scene. The second individual was transported to Grady Hospital in stable condition.
Cops say the man who lived was struck in the arm, then drove himself to Grady. The man who lost his life was shot in the head. At the scene, loved ones identified the victim as 19-year-old Maurice Bradley. They were too distraught to go on camera, but gave us this picture, describing him as funny and outgoing.
Right now, we have limited information. We do believe that there was a dispute between two groups, which ended in the gunfire.
It's not clear what the issue was between those two groups. People who live in the gated community getting home from work were stuck outside for hours as police investigated. Cops say they found the victim's body on the stoop of one of the units.
We do have our gang unit on scene. We're still determining the motive as to why the shooting took place, but that is a possibility.
And Russ, earlier we did see detectives briefly detain two people, but they were later released. At this point, they say their work is focused on piecing together the neighborhood security video to see if they have a clear image of the shooter, and if it will help in their investigation, they will release it to us. That's the latest from here live at APD headquarters. Rob DiRienzo, Fox 5 News.
In the meantime, our hearts go out to that grieving family. Rob, thank you. A suspect in a double homicide at a DeKalb County apartment complex is behind bars tonight. DeKalb County police found siblings Christopher and Brandy Lewis shot to death at the East Perimeter Point Apartments on Monday. Police arrested 25-year-old Stephen Mathis. Investigators say the double murder stemmed from a domestic dispute, but they have not gone into any details about the suspect's possible relationship with the victims.
It was terrible. I never heard anything like that before in my life. And I've been staying over here almost 11 years.
It's just so crazy. We never even, at least since I've been here, we've never even had anything like that happen over here.
There is no word tonight on the motive behind that shooting. A multi-day undercover operation in northwest Georgia ended with 11 arrests. Local and state authorities say the suspects tried to exploit children online. The sting was called Operation Hook, or Hands Off Our Kids, and it targeted online predators using the internet to lure minors for sex. Law enforcement posed as kids on social media, dating apps, and messaging platforms. Investigators say some suspects didn't just chat, they shared explicit content and tried to meet them.
These aren't just pictures. These aren't just things that exist in the deep, dark web of the internet. These are folks in our community that have the willingness to do something like this to a child.
In fact, the suspects include a truck driver, 2 engineers, and factory workers, they tell us. Investigators say 2 of them are registered sex offenders. Most are charged with trafficking a person for sexual servitude. A shooting this afternoon on Redan Road left 2 people injured. One victim has serious injuries and both are now in the hospital. Unclear whether the victims knew each other. Police have not identified any suspects or revealed what led to that shooting. New at 10, MARTA police have launched an investigation tonight following the discovery of a dead body at the Brookhaven MARTA station. The body was found earlier today inside a vehicle parked behind the station. Police have not revealed the exact nature of the death or whether any foul play is suspected. Anyone with information is asked to come forward. 2 teens have been arrested for having weapons on a school campus. Gentry Henson and Kensley Merriweather, both 17 years old, were booked into the Cobb County Jail for carrying weapons in a school safety zone. Court documents show last Friday authorities found a loaded Glock 40 caliber handgun inside a car parked at South Cobb High School. According to a warrant, there was also a spring-loaded dagger-style knife with a blade almost 4 inches long and a double-edged knife with a 2.5-inch blade. Those teens are also charged with possession of THC and marijuana. Let's talk about the weather, shall we? A relatively nice day today and a beautiful night outside looking north from our camera at the Atlanta Omni Hotel. But it certainly doesn't feel quite like fall yet, although David tells us that is right around the corner. David?
It is, but right now it kind of feels like late summer. We got a little moisture in the air, got some milder temperatures out there across the region, and even a few showers. I'll show you that in just a sec, but look at this, upper 60s, got some mid-70s out there here. Yeah, we're not falling down into the 40s and 50s for sure out there this evening. Here is Fox 5 Live Viper, and the activity, as we anticipated, is up here in northwest Georgia, stretching from outside of Dalton through Somerville, knocking on the door of Floyd County and all the way back into east central Alabama and Lake Weiss. And you're looking at this trying to move, well, off to the east a little bit. So heads up Rome, Calhoun, Cedartown. Got some showers trying to hold together. It's going to come your way here in the next hour or so. And you can see the line just kind of stretching back into Alabama. No thunderstorms with this, just some plain old rain showers. But that's out ahead of the front, and the front's going to change our weather here in the coming days. So there you go. Through the early morning hours of a brief light shower, and then we get a few more developing with the heating of the day, I think, by tomorrow afternoon as the front moves on through. And it's going to take another day or so to get the drier and somewhat cooler air in here as well. So for tonight, sunrise at 7:37 tomorrow morning, and we'll see a few clouds in here. Look how warm it's going to be. We're in the 70s now. We'll just kind of fall off into the upper 60s by early tomorrow morning. Some mid-60s in the burbs. Then highs tomorrow, pretty warm. Yeah, there is a cold front coming, but not before we hit temperatures well into the 80s. We'll talk about some cooler temperatures, though. That's coming your way in about 20 minutes.
All right, we'll see you then, David. Thanks. In the meantime, Paulding County Sheriff's officials took to social media to set the record straight, they say, about a homecoming dance that devolved into chaos over the weekend. It happened Saturday night when rumors spread of an active shooter. Fox 5's Denise Dillon is live in Paulding County tonight. Denise, you talked to parents whose children are still shaken up by what happened.
Yeah, well, these are middle schoolers, and they were terrified Saturday night. So Sheriff Henson went on social media. He said he just wanted to lay out all the facts.
I got a call from her, frantic, screaming, "Mommy, please come get me." They said there's a gun.
Victoria Long raced to South Paulding High School Saturday night, where her 11-year-old daughter was at a homecoming dance.
You could see kids running. You could hear the parents hollering kids' names.
The Booster Club was hosting an annual dance for 3 middle schools. Authorities say a few students were being disruptive, and when approached by a deputy working security, one kid stuffed a vape into the hoodie pocket of another and took off running.
It was chaos. It was a mess.
Sheriff Ashley Henson says rumors quickly spread through social media and word of mouth that someone had a gun. Days later, the rumors continue to swirl. So the sheriff took to social media.
Just want to run through the facts.
The sheriff added that while we now know no one had a gun, at the moment, to the middle schoolers, it was all very real. Long says her daughter is still struggling.
She's going through it, but I mean, she also is very aware of her feelings.
School officials said security officers, counselors, and therapy dogs have been at the schools to provide student support. Long says she also wishes the students would be given detailed instruction on how to handle situations like this.
I think it would be so great to get these kids some education of ways to not ensue mass panic.
And there is a county-wide briefing scheduled for Wednesday with law enforcement, school officials, and other partners to talk about what happened, how it was handled, what went right, and what they could do better if something like this ever happened again. Reporting live in Paulding County, Denise Dillon, Fox 5 News.
Well, hopefully that communication will help. Denise, thanks. On New Tonight, the U.S. Senate has confirmed former football great Herschel Walker as the U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas. President Trump nominated Walker for the post last year and supported his unsuccessful bid in 2022 for the Georgia U.S. Senate seat still held by Raphael Warnock. It has been a decade since the U.S. had a Senate-confirmed ambassador in the Bahamas. Walker, of course, won a Heisman Trophy and a national championship with the Dogs in the early 80s before playing pro in the USFL and the NFL.